Good morning, everybody. It's been a while. It is Thursday. Oh gosh, January 5th. It's about 9:50 in the morning, and I'm opening up the last of the row for the cows here. This is the second to last row. Well, next to the last, yeah. Next to the last row here in the field. And I was on a trip. I went up to Rexburg, Idaho, dropped my daughter off at school for her first year of college there. And we got to enjoy the miracle of snow and how it interferes with travel plans, especially on the way back. I checked the weather report and double and triple checked and made sure that there wouldn't be any snow, but it decided to snow anyway. And so we had kind of an adventure. I got to experience whiteout conditions as the wind blew snow across the road on I-80 in Wyoming. And one of the nights I was driving on I-80, it was about 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and the road was so slick my car couldn't even go straight. And so they shut down the road, so I had to find a hotel. If you're going to travel in winter here in the US, in that part of the country, don't bother reserving hotels. Just wherever you end up, that's where you're gonna sleep that night. So we had an adventure. We did get out okay, no harm. I quite enjoyed spending time with my wife, and it was enjoyable. So it's one of the traditions of my family is we would travel across the country by car to visit family and do things like that. Anyway, this is the bones. This is what's left. This cow died early this year, January. So no, last year, 2022. So about a year ago. And she had a beautiful orange coat, much like yellow, but it was actually orange. It was a longhorn. I have the skull. I'm planning on keeping the skull. You can see on the lower jaw, if I show you, if I remember to show you, that the bottom teeth were just tiny. So the cow just ran out of ability to process food. Just laid down, died. Anyway, that's what happens when a cow gets old. And you might be able to keep her alive for a little longer on feed or something like that, but you know, that's just what happens. Well, let's check out my animals. I haven't seen them for a while. I miss them a lot. Oh, there's a cow in the background there. Oh, there's neighbors' cows. So this is a little bit of a ravine here. I don't know exactly his plan or what he does, but I do think he rotates his cows because sometimes they're here and sometimes they're not, you know, so I think he has several fields he rotates them through. Rotation in any form is a good idea. I think everybody's figured that out. Everybody's taken their property and cut it into pieces and rotates their cows. Give the grass a chance to rest. What I'm doing is very labor intensive. The benefits are that I get to be with my cows a lot more often. I get to look at their condition and things. So let's take a look at Tin here. Tin has a little bit of a hollow. Not terribly bad, but it is a hollow. It's that triangle that I'm looking at. Tin's pretty worried. I mean, Tin's half Brahmin, hence the droopy ears. You can see that fold of skin, and there's kind of the hint of a bump on her shoulder there. That's the Brahmin. Your Speck. Speck has an empty hollow. She needs more food. We'll get him fed tonight. Blue is a little bit empty. Red's more empty than blue. I think Blue's calling for her calf. You know. Brownie's doing pretty good. Brownie's a Corriente mix. The Corriente horns tend to be narrower and they curve upwards like that. Corriente tends to be more brown as well. brown or black, and they're smaller. The Corriente, I understand, is more popular south of here. You go further south, you'll end up in the water. But if you go southwest, you'll end up in the deserts. Terrain that's more like Arizona and Eastern California than anything else. The Corriente and the Longhorn tend to do better there. This is one of those patches of grass that mysteriously just decided to grow long. The frost knocked it over. Oh, I should mention we got 3/4 of an inch of rain. I don't know if that happened last night or if that happened on Monday. We had a bit of a storm, a bit of a fright for my son. He was here with his sister. We had a bit of a storm. He doesn't like storms. I don't blame him. Storms are not the most enjoyable thing here in Texas. He took a little video of us for us to show us how bad the storm was, and he opened the door and started taking a video, and then a giant bolt of lightning struck and made a huge noise, so he closed the door and locked it. But I think it's fairly recent here. Yeah. Anyway, temperature, it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a balmy, warm summer compared to the frigid north there in Wyoming, Idaho, Colorado. So I can't complain. We got to drive through Amarillo too. West Texas is quite a different environment than where I'm at, Northeast Texas. It's very much desert. It's not as bad a desert as some places in the US, but compared to this, it's a desert. But they run a lot of cattle there, and those cows were fat. They just give them more land. They spread them out more. And from what I can tell, they do a lot more hay. Especially in the snowy climates up in Idaho and Wyoming. I saw huge stockpiles of hay. That's my dog. He's crossing onto my neighbor's property. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. Hindoogie, come here. Okay, I need to fix that. Don't go over there. That's not for you. That's not for you at all. Oh, there's some nice grass here. I thought I had that wire low enough to the ground, but apparently I did not. Yeah. Hindoogie, Hindoogie, get over here. Yeah, he found some dead calves. The neighbor probably dumped them there. That's one of the unfortunate realities, is sometimes calves don't survive very long. And I think I saw these appear right after the winter storm. So they might have been born in the cold and died before my neighbor even knew they were born, you know. So he probably went out to his pasture and saw a brown lump of fur. It's heartbreaking, it really is. You don't want to see dead calves. I gotta fix that fence so he can't get under. Put a piece of wood there or something. Anyway, because if he can get through, then coyotes can get through, and if coyotes can get through, then I'm in trouble. It looks like the animals are doing okay. They need some more food. Hopefully this next row, this last row will be good. I was driving over here. The first row seems pretty dang good. Much better than this right here. And it does feel like warm spring conditions. It's wet. It's ideal for everything to take off and grow. I checked the forecast. We're gonna get temperatures in the 50s to mid 60s for the next week or so. It's not even going to drop down below freezing, so we're spoiled rotten here with our weather and climate. And it's a fantastic area to be raising cows, I think. If only I can get the grass to grow more here, you know, and get some hay. Yeah. Part of the reasoning of not buying hay is that I wouldn't really need it. It's not very necessary. And you know, there should be enough grass growing that I can just feed them to supplement what they're missing. And sure, they won't get all the roughage they need, but they should survive. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching with me. Have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.